Will churches around this country actually help you if you have a starving infant at home? We're going to find out in today's video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a person in long-term recovery who has in fact been to prison. Ta-da! It's not a flex, it's just a fact. If you want to follow me on any other social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, all the things, even though all of that is linked in the description box down below, as well as my vlog channel and, you know, where all this stuff is. Without further ado, let's kick this thing off. So one girl on social media decided that she was going to actually do the thing that she kept seeing in comment sections. As most of you know, millions of Americans did not have their SNAP benefits for a while, a week or so. I guess now SNAP benefits are going to be paid out because a federal judge is forcing the president of the United States to issue those benefits so Americans don't go hungry. And the response to that I have seen has been pretty fucking polar, to be honest. Some people are saying, you should just get a job. Most people on the SNAP program receiving food stamps, they have full-time jobs. Some of them have more than one full-time job. Yeah. So they already are working. And as someone that grew up on paper food stamps and Section 8 housing, I promise you it was never enough. Never. As shitty as some people want to be about it, I've also seen the opposite side, which makes me so happy. I've seen people come together to create food pantries in their front yard. I've seen people spending tons of money at Costco or Aldi to donate to their local food pantry. And I think that's great. I know it's like the act of doing it and it feels like amazing to give back in that way. I would just give the food banks money because a lot of times food banks have contracts with vendors and they can get things in bulk. But I do understand how good it feels to go shopping and pick out the things and take it to the food pantry. And either way, it's amazing. Keep doing all of that if you were able. I would recommend money though, and it does save you a little bit of time, and it is always appreciated. That brings me to the star of this video. So this woman on TikTok, she kept seeing these comments from people saying, oh, if you need baby formula, just go to your local church, which sounds like a reasonable suggestion. It sounds like something that if you didn't know, that sounds like good advice, right? It sounds like solid advice. So this woman decided that she was going to call a ton of churches across this country. So let's watch some of those.
I am calling your church to test to see if they are willing to help feed a starving baby. And right now I am about to call Our Lady of Sorrows Church, and this is a Catholic church in Kansas City, Missouri. Let's see if they will help feed a starving baby. Now this is a bigger church, not like a mega church, but just a bigger church. Okay, my baby.
Our Lady of Sorrows, this is Brad.
Hi, yes, I was calling to see if you all could help. I have a 2-month-old baby, and we ran out of formula last night around 9. I was going to see if there's any way y'all could help get her formula today.
We don't have any programs for that. I would recommend contacting a food pantry or a pregnancy resource center.
Yeah, I've already called everywhere. They're telling me to reach out to churches.
Okay. I would say St. Monica's, but they're closed today. Have you checked over at Redemptorist?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've called almost all the churches. Like, she just hasn't ate all day, and I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because we don't have cash here, and I'm not in control of finances.
Hello, thank you for calling Dream. Sorry, I didn't find anyone with this name. To speak to someone at the reception desk, say reception or press 0. Or if you know the person you...
MK Church is Jessica. How may I help you?
Yes, I just want to see if there's any way y'all could help with a small can of baby formula. I've been out since last night, and my daughter, she's not 8 since last night, and she's only 2 months old, and I've been calling everywhere, and they're just telling me to keep calling churches.
Okay, so we have you ever heard of Mom's Pantry?
Yes, I already tried them. They don't have any formula.
Okay, that's our only connection to, like, our food bank ministry. So if they don't have any baby formula, then we don't have any in our office that we could provide.
So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now I'm going to be calling the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And this one is located in Columbia, South Carolina. So we are going to call and see if they would be able to help.
Hello?
Hi, I was wanting to see if y'all could help with a can of formula. I have a 2-month-old and she ran out of formula last night. So she's been going all night and all day without anything to eat.
We unfortunately cannot help with that. Sorry.
The fact that so many of them said no, like I don't know what number she's at right now, but the last time I saw, she had like 30 something calls to churches. One place, it was a pro-life place, and they did offer her help. She's like, oh, this is a social experiment. That's awesome that you're willing to help. Because when I think of pro-life, I am extremely pro-choice. But when I think of pro-life, that's what it should be. Don't force people to have kids and then deny them help if they need help to feed the kids, right? Okay. So the amount of churches, the last time I checked, it was something around like 30 she had called 30 and like 26 said no. Crazy. One church even hung up on her. That is absolutely insane. Only God can judge, right? I know he looking down like, some of y'all. Drafted. Make no mistake about it. Poor people are not your enemy. People that can't put food on the table, not your enemy. Billionaires are probably the problem. And, millennials have it so hard because we have experienced all of the things. From 9/11 to the housing market crash, you used to be able to go to college, get a good job, get a house. Yeah, that's not fucking possible anymore. Right now, minimum wage will not pay for a very, very basic 2-bedroom apartment. Nowhere in the country. Because we refuse to raise the minimum wage. The federal minimum wage is still $7.25, and then it's up to the state to decide, oh, do we want to raise it? Do we not want to raise it? So I live in the state of Utah. $7.25 is minimum wage. I just feel like the world has become so cruel, and I never thought I would have to get on my platform and say everyone deserves to eat food. Food is a basic human right, and with everything seeming so hostile in the political climate, I want you to understand that where you line politically, that's where you line up morally as well. If you think people deserve to starve because they're poor, this is not the channel for you. I said this in a TikTok the other day where I said, everyone loves a come up story, but no one wants to help on the come up. Once you get a little bit of money, everything comes free. And that's crazy. I get free shit from TikTok all the time. When I had a mattress on the floor, I would have killed for a fucking bed frame from TikTok shop. I have said this on my platform my entire career. In the land of the free, we are the least free. And American propaganda is very real. It's actually studied in other countries. Did you know that? If you think an immigrant that is at the ER is stealing your money, but not billionaires with private jets, golden toilets, mansions, then congratulations. You're living proof that propaganda works. I think the biggest threat to our government is united we stand. It is not blue versus red. It's right versus wrong. Our government is hella looking like the First Order. I'm just saying. I know y'all did not watch Star Wars and root for fucking stormtroopers, which is what we're seeing now with ICE storming the fucking streets. I know y'all didn't root for them bitches, right? We were all rooting for the Jedis. How come a resistance is fine until it's real and we need to rise up and stand together? It is no longer a political issue. It is a moral issue. In my last video, I talked about driving out to the homeless encampment in Salt Lake City, Utah. They're building it now, rounding up homeless people and putting them in an encampment, making them get mental health treatment and drug treatment against their will is a concentration camp. And you can't convince me otherwise. Also, how dare you assume that every single unhoused person is mentally ill and a drug addict? I'm mentally ill as fuck. I got a house. It doesn't surprise me at all that out of all the churches she called, only a couple of them would help. That's wrong. And she called a lot of churches that were Mormon. Do you know how wealthy the Mormon church is? Fuck me to drive. Hey Siri, how rich is the Mormon church?
Church's net worth at approximately $293 billion, of which $206 billion is held in its investment portfolio, intended as a reserve or rainy day fund.
How much money would it take to not have any homeless Americans? According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, it would cost $20 billion to end homelessness in the United States. The Mormon Church could give away just 20% of its net worth and still have their net worth start with a fucking B. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference between a million and a billion either, okay? 1 million seconds is 12 days. 1 billion seconds is 32 years. 12 days, 32 years. The gap is crazy, right? I know we have this very deep mindset of get it yourself, pull yourself up by the bootstrap, work your fucking ass off, don't get any handouts. When it comes to food though, and SNAP benefits specifically, a lot of foster families use SNAP benefits. The military uses SNAP benefits. Workers at Walmart use SNAP benefits, which is crazy because the Walton family, owners of Walmart, again, billion-dollar corporation, multi-billion-dollar, and their workers have to have food stamps. Do we not see the problem here that multi-billion-dollar corporations employ people at a minimum wage and those workers have to have food stamps? People that receive SNAP benefits are not the enemy. Billionaires are, and you can't convince me otherwise. I'm gonna end today's video here. As always, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay sober, whatever that looks like to you. Everyone deserves a roof over their head and food in their stomach. I'll see you on my next one.